Well, it's that old saying, you get what you pay for, and I think I failed on this one. So that's where it belongs. I started to do this last time I went camping. It's actually quite bad, and it stinks too, so it's probably not good for you. So I'm going to try and fix this today. Yeah. Hey guys, got to be honest, just giving you a little update. The $150 eBay diesel heater didn't last. It started pumping all this white cloud of smoke everywhere. And I honestly tried fixing it. I did so many things, changing the pump, checking my fuel lines, priming it. Oh man, I checked the glow plugs. I cleaned out the carbon cylinder, so we take the whole diesel heater apart, clean it, all the diesel chamber out, even right into where the actual where it lights. I did as much as I could, and I just couldn't get it working. So that pump is working. I've just pulled that off the bottom end. Alright, got it apart. Not seeing heaps of carbon, but yet there is definitely a bit of diesel in there. Not seeing any carbon, but what I might do is just clean it. And like, this is all a bit of a guess to me. This is all fairly new. I'm a full newbie when it comes to this stuff. But I did notice, like, inside that chamber there, so this is where the glow plug goes, right in there. I know I probably don't have a light on there, but basically there's a gauze or something in here which ignites, so the diesel comes through this pipe here, and there's like a mesh in here, and that lights up, and that's what get your heat. And then if you run it at low speeds, you always get this build-up of carbon on there, and then you get a flame out. So error 8, from what I've been told, is, and some people say that it's a diesel problem, and then most people, and then other people say that it's actually a carbon build-up. So I've checked my pump; it's pumping fine. It's not a fuel problem. It could be a carbon problem. So all I did is chuck a little bit of wire right down in there and give it a good clean, and I just got some shit coming out of there. So I don't know if this is going to work, but it's possible that some carbon build up down there. Tried multiple ways to try and fix it, but I just couldn't. And so the only thing I could think of was just replace it. So pretty much bought another one, another cheap one, and you must be going, oh Jesus, why don't you buy a quality one? Well, yeah, probably should, but I'm a bit of a cheap ass. And but you'll be happy to know that I actually purchased a cheap one, but a better quality cheap one, if there's such a thing. The one that I got previously was, yeah, pretty cheap, but this one's actually got a brand. Looks a little bit, definitely a lot more quality in the actual controllers. The wiring looks a bit better quality. And this is actually a Bluetooth one too, so I can actually control this from my phone apparently, so that's really cool. So this was only about 150 bucks as well, so I figured, well, I'll just give them another go. Maybe I just got a lemon. So anyway, the best thing is I don't really need to do a lot of work. I just need to really take the old one out, put this one in, and just change the wiring. But other than that, everything else is the same. And considering I've already stripped some of it already because I tried to fix it, this shouldn't be too hard to change. So stick with me. I'm going to replace the old cheap eBay diesel heater for a new, better quality, cheap eBay diesel heater, and hopefully I can get this problem solved. Okay, so all I've done is disconnected my fuel pump and left the exhaust. I've just disconnected the exhaust there. Yeah. And then unscrewed it from the other side. So there it is. It's a shame, but it just didn't survive, and I tried my best to fix it. But right at the end, the glow plug wire got broken as well, and I just honestly had enough. I tried everything, even probably more than the average person. I just couldn't get it to work. So she's coming out, and I'm going to replace it. So this was the one that I had purchased about a year ago. I mean, it worked, but yeah, I don't know. Just started blowing heaps of white smoke, and I tried to fix it. It just would not work. I tried honestly everything. This is the new one. Definitely looks a little bit better quality. So I've learnt so much things about these things though. If you don't have this thing here clipped onto that little switch here, you will get an E8 code. See that thing there? Where it pushes down in there? If that's not clipped on, you're going to get an E8. But anyway, so I did so much, and then right at the end I broke the little wire off the glow plug, so I was over it by then. So straight off the bat, already noticing that the manual is way better quality, way more information and details in there. So pretty impressed already by just the manual. So yeah, let's have a look at the actual control. So literally just turn this on. Actually talk to me. A bit of a shock. Actually told me it's starting to heat, so definitely a little bit more flasher than that old crappy one over there. So far so good. We'll keep testing. So these are the old controller I had, and that was the remote, and I can never get it to work. It just always said waiting. It always just said waiting, which is annoying. But this one, yeah, this looks different. This remote looks way better quality. And sorry, my nails are a bit dirty. I've just been playing around with this diesel here, so it's pretty dirty. So I've just pushed that on, and immediately it is turned on. So that is way better quality straight away. In the first 10 seconds of actually turning this thing on. It actually talks to you. So yeah, really impressed so far. Just another note that I've just picked up as well, the fan is a lot more quieter when it's starting up and on. It's just definitely a lot quieter than the old one, so that's one thing I've noticed. This actually has built-in schedule, timing schedule is here as well, so you can set up your schedule for turning on and off. Obviously it has a built-in app, which I haven't done quite yet, but I'll do it soon, so you can actually control it from your phone as well. So far, definitely impressed. I know it's a cheap one, but definitely is a better quality cheap one. Alright, so it's been running really well. It's heating up. I'm pretty happy with it. I've installed it. Another thing I've just noticed too, and I just turned it off before to try, is that when you turn it off, the fan actually really winds down straight away and goes really quiet. Because one thing I noticed when you're out there camping, if you're semi close to people, that when you turn your diesel heater off, it still runs for like a good 5 minutes, but it runs with the fan still running quite loud, I think. Whereas this one, the fan still is running, but it's very low. So I really like that, because yeah, sometimes when I just want to turn the diesel heater off, I just want to turn it off. I don't want to hear it for 5 minutes with the fan running. Alright, so for this Bluetooth device, if you want to get your password, you're supposed to hit the power button. That power button right there, and then the M. So you got to hold them together for 3 seconds. So I'll try and do that with one finger. It's not easy. No. It's got to be... Yep, righto, lady. So it's got to be on to do this, apparently. Ah, there you go. Sweet. So apparently that's my password. I'm going to open up the app. The app that's told you to download. And I want to click on that offline section here and see if we can try and connect it. For some reason, just not working for me. And this is pretty much what the user face looks like. You can actually do a reenactment here. You can sort of start it. This is what it looks like when you're starting it. Obviously, you can change the mode from manual or temperature. You can change plus or minus down the bottom there as well. It won't work for me because I'm actually not connected to it, but it just gives you an example of what it actually looks like. So it looks pretty good. So hopefully I'll be able to suss out why I can't get that to work. And yeah, so far I'm pretty impressed with the sound quality. The fan is definitely a lot quieter and than the old one, and I like how it shuts down a lot quicker than the old one. Yeah, overall, just quality is definitely a lot better, even though it's still around the same sort of price as the old one. But definitely a lot better. So far, pretty impressed with it. So time will see, obviously, but I can definitely see the difference between the real cheap one and then this one. So a couple of differences also just found on the air breathers, so the air filters. These have holes, obviously. So bugs can still get in there and nest and stuff, whereas the newer one actually has a mesh. So obviously bugs could probably still get in there, small ones, but you know, there is a little bit of difference in the filters. So yeah, there's just someone's actually thought about that. So yeah. Okay, so heater is on its maximum temperature. Fan is not that loud. I'm quite impressed. You can still hear it, but it's not that bad. Temperature coming out of there. Wow, it's 83 degrees. So that's obviously picking it up right there though. It's a lot different when it's in your van. Yeah, you can definitely feel it's quite warm. It feels hot actually. So this is just a small van, 18 footer. So I don't really need to be on that max temperature there. So let's drop it down. Let's drop it down to that and let's see what temperature that runs at. Alright, so we're on the low setting now. We're probably around close to 60 degrees. So definitely a lot not as hot as before. Yeah, I can definitely feel it. Before it was definitely hot. Now that's warmish to hot. So obviously in a small van, that'd be fine. So I would call that a fail, and I'm being completely open and honest here. But changing the diesel heater did not fix it. It actually made it a little bit better, and sometimes it's fine and sometimes it isn't, but still, as you just saw then, was blowing white smoke. So I've got to be honest, I got a feeling it's actually my diesel fuel. Even though the diesel fuel is not that old, well, yeah, look, it could be 6 months old. Could be 6 months, could be a little bit older actually when I think about it. So after all this, I think it's possible, it's possible that the problem with the white smoke, and it was really bad, like that was nothing like the video I showed you. It was when I was camping, it was really bad. It looked like the caravan was on fire. It's really possible that it could be the actual fuel, the diesel fuel. I don't know, something going wrong with it, maybe too old, I don't know. But I mean, I put a hell of a lot of work into trying to fix it. I mean, YouTube can lead you astray sometimes. They tell you it's a fuel pump, they tell you it's block line, it tells you all these things, carbon buildup. And I've tried all those things, and potentially it could have just been the actual diesel fuel. But I'm not sorry, because actually I've got a way better diesel heater. It's actually what I really wanted anyway, and it didn't really cost much money, and I guess this way I get to inform everyone else as well. So in the end, it really probably just cost me a bit of money, a bit of time, but I've ended up actually with a better diesel heater, and also got a bit more knowledge about how these things work. So yeah, you can make, yeah, it's a bit silly to think that it was actually just possibly just the diesel, because I can't think of any other thing. I've replaced just about everything. The fuel pump, I've replaced the whole unit. The only thing I haven't replaced is the fuel line, and obviously the fuel. So I'm putting it down as possibly that it actually was the diesel fuel. So for anyone out there having the same issue with the actual smoke, just change the diesel fuel first and see how you go. I got a video coming up right now. I'm actually doing it, and it's about trying to make these things quieter by changing the actual diesel pump and also the muffler. I got a different muffler here and a different fuel pump, and we're going to do some tests to see actually if they do make it quieter. So look out for that one, guys. I'll be posting that pretty soon. So I just want to say thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate your comments and feedbacks and likes, and anyone who wants to subscribe. So I've definitely got way more videos coming up soon. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.